This is chapter 4, test problem number 4. And this says solve this equation, negative 6x plus 2x squared plus 5. And the first step to solve this is to put it into standard form. 2x squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. If you don't do that, you're going to get all messed up. And just to be totally honest with you, when I sat down to just kind of work out the problem, I forgot to do that. So if you forgot to do that, don't feel bad. Although I must say, I don't think there was hardly anybody in the classes who forgot to put it in standard form first. So my first take on this was to use the quadratic formula. And so I started the quadratic formula with the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. I kind of want to see what kind of roots I'm going to get out of this thing. So b squared minus 4ac would be negative 6 squared minus 4 times 2 times 5. That is 36 minus 40, negative 4. So I can tell that I'm going to have, right away I can tell that I'm going to have two roots that are complex. They're going to have imaginary numbers. I'm not going to have any real solutions because I have a negative discriminant. Well, let's now put it into the whole quadratic, formula. So I have quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root. I already know my discriminant is negative 4 over 2a. Well, negative b would be negative 6. So negative 6. Is that right? Yep. Plus or minus the square root of negative 4 all over 2 times, what was my a? My a was 2. Over here I have 6 plus or minus, well, let's change this into the square root of 4 times the square root of negative 1 over 4. And we recognize the square root of negative 1 as I, so I have 6 plus or minus 2i over 4. I need to write this in standard form. So I have to separate my complex piece, my imaginary piece, from my real piece. So it's 6 over 4 plus or minus 2i over 4. And I can simplify that just a little bit more. 6 over 4 is 3 halves plus or minus. I can take my real portions of these and I can make it I over 2. So that is the answer to this problem. That's the way that I solved it. You know what? Why don't we solve it another way too? Let's solve it using completing the square. We'll try it. I didn't try it. We'll try it right now.